Hello everybody, and welcome to the Smite gameplay commentary. Today we're watching SK Gaming facing off against IIII from the third place match of the Week 9 European Smite World Championship Qualifiers. We're starting off at minion spawn today because, well, absolutely nothing happened in the first minute of the game before minion spawn, so we're just skipping ahead a little bit. A couple early wards were placed down, not much else to say beyond that. Just taking a quick look at the teams. SK Gaming does have Kumba available on their side. They are playing him. We have Badger rocking the Kumba card now. He has really not seen a lot in the way of gameplay as he does frequently get banned out. His crowd control chain is quite powerful, as right there we see the mighty yawn coming out onto Geb. However, not really the person you're looking for. Apollo does have the moves available to escape, so he's also not really the best target to go to early. He will just go ahead and shuffle his way on out. Yeah, Kumba, so really powerful crowd control chain, just able to completely just go into the middle of a fight, put a bunch of people to sleep with Mighty Yawn, follow up with a Groggy Shrek on someone, epic uppercut them if they're not dead yet, and just usually they'll be dead by the time they land. If they don't, someone else will follow up and kill them as they do land. Either Searing Pain from Ra, Waxing Moon, Crescent Strike, some other goodies from somebody else on the team. Looks like IIII is coming after some aggression here. Kumbhakarna is forced to use his throwback to escape. Anha also getting taken down to about 200 health remaining. Just check up over on middle lane, see what's going on. Looks like Ra is choosing to go ahead and return to base at this point in time. Let's see, looks like Geb is trying to go in for the fight. The Shockwave does, however, miss. Nothing else coming off the back of that. A couple little auto attacks getting traded back and forth. However, with the detection of the tower, likely will not be seeing a level 3 tower dive from I5. Just SK Gaming still a little too much health for that at this point. Just taking a little bit of a look at the rest of the team lineups. We do have Freya jungling for I5 and Mercury in the jungle for SK Gaming. Left lane, it looks like the wave is pushed once again under the tower for SK Gaming. As a little bit of harass and poke goes back and forth, the mana buffs have now worn off, so Hunter's not going to be able to do quite so much in the way of just beating the crap out of each other's abilities. Gebs is charging up his rollout, looking to roll forward and land the shockwave. Kumba is knocked back towards the jungle. No one really in position to follow up on the back of that. A couple of members of SK Gaming looking to rotate over as well and assist if the need arose.
Your left tower is under attack.
It's like I'm over in the solo lane. Well, it's a solo lane, so not a whole lot going on, and there are two healers over in the solo lane, so even less going on than usual. Probably will not be seeing much happening over there anytime soon. Looks like there was some aggression in the middle lane, as Mercury was brought extremely low. And over in the, as I said, solo lane doesn't look like a lot's going to happen. Chunga is down to about 300 health herself, as a little bit of a fight is breaking out as I5 is positioning to take the left Harpy camp. SK Gaming rotating around to the other side to take those. However, Geb looks like he's heading in, not wanting to give that up without a fight. The Celestial Beam does come down in the Hand of Gods for a quick pickup there. I5 is looking for a rotation around to catch off two members of SK Gaming in the jungle. However, they do escape back towards their own side of the jungle. So far, things overall pretty even. Only a 300 gold lead in favor of I5. That's a couple potions still at this point, a pair of boots. Nothing really game-breaking. Ra is getting caught out in mid lane, however, by gank by Freya. Looks like not a whole lot landing, however, as he makes it out with only a little bit of damage put onto him. Over in the solo lane, it's the solo lane. It's like they're close to each other, something could be happening, and it's the solo lane. Really, not a lot's gonna happen. Chunga did get taken quite low, but now we can't follow the bunny. That's a little disappointing. Could have gone for a trip with the bunny. Chunga using her passive to do some shopping from the lane. That's always handy. So as long as you can manage to keep yourself kind of topped off on health and such, she'll be able to stay in lane pretty much forever, never actually having to go back to buy. Especially once that mana buff is in her hand once again. So both solo laners are rotating around to worry about those mana camps. We'll see both teams picking them up right about now. There's Aphrodite's. So not a whole lot going on. Where's Anher? No, Anher had gone back to base, so nothing exciting happening there either. There you have, folks. If you were ever curious if Mighty Yawn worked against minions, yes, it does in fact work against minions. Skoomba is just tanking those up for his team to hold out. Sonic Boom is charged in the back, looking for a hit onto anyone. Gank does come out from I-5. Spirit Tempest is Aegis as Mercury. Sonic Boom does come out and stuns up 3 people. However, Ra was quickly dropped. Not going to be able to follow up on the back of that. Chunga had rotated around after Aphrodite had gone back to base. Anher looking to play with Apollo here, but Geb is rolling around. Geb will not be rolling around from the side. Mercury is in position to come up from behind as Serenade comes out to stun up Apollo. However, looks like he will be able to make it safely under the Impale onto the pillar does miss. Desert Fury is out. However, a number of hits are missing as the final hits come out. Made You Look also misses. Apollo will get away from that safely. So First Blood going to I-5, with Ra getting picked off in the mid lane. Blink forward from Kumba. Mighty Yawn catching 2 members of I-5 out as the Groggy Strike lands onto Freya and Ao Kuang. However, Ao Kuang tornadoes do manage to pick off Mercury as he tries to escape off to the side. Sesso Beam coming out contesting over those left Harpies. Kumba getting low, having to use his throwback to get out of the fight. Ra still looking for something to follow up here as Anher also is kind of rotating around from the left lane. Looking for anything here. Celestial Beam landing onto Freya. SK Gaming does not want to give up these Harpies as Searing Pain comes out, catching Freya in the back. No more contesting over those Harpies on the back of that, as both teams do disengage. Geb on the right lane, however, looking for the knockback onto Chunga. Looks like he either wore off or he canceled at the last second, not following up with a shockwave. Chunga will remain safe for now. So I-5 has increased their gold lead at this point to about, math is hard, 1,400 gold. Also a bit of an experience lead in their favor off a couple of good rotations around the various camps. Check up on middle lane here, as Rod does get tagged by the Ao Kuang tornadoes, taking a little bit of damage there. That will likely be healed up. The next Celestial Beam, there it is, coming off cooldown, used immediately to top himself off. Kumba possibly thinking about going for Apollo. Geb also returning over the left lane. Mid lane, Freya is poking around the side, looking for something. She is sitting on a ward at the moment, so Ra will likely not be falling for any funny business here. As over in the left lane, Epic Uppercut does connect onto Apollo. Coming down, looking for the Impale onto the wall. However, the move's coming out backwards. Mercury coming in with the Sonic Boom, and the Desert Fury with Mercury finishing off Apollo, now turning their attention onto Geb as they do call for a retreat on the rotations from the mid laners. So nice swift kill coming onto Apollo there, probably getting locked down nicely by Kumakarna, not really having much of a chance to do anything. Aggression coming out onto Geb. They're looking for the Impale knockback, however, rollout used just in time to cancel, Cataclysm being used to cancel out the Impale knockback. They will be going away, as it looked like over in the right lane, Chunga got into a bit of a scuffle. We'll see what happened here. In the jungle, getting caught out. Freya low as well. This rewind button not always cooperating as far as giving me a point back to what happened. So we'll just assume that Chunga and Freya had a little mix-up in the jungle, and it didn't turn out too well for either one of them, and both of them just decided to run off as reinforcements arrived. Ao Kuang trying to hit Ra with the squall to delay the recall. Not quite landing it, however.
Get set.
Taking a quick look at items, in my case, having to look what Divine Ruin actually does. It's a healing reduction effect on hit, so that will be useful against Aphrodite, reducing that healing effect from lovely birds.
Your left tower is under attack.
It looks like just posturing around for camps. Ra sitting in the mid lane, possibly looking to throw a Searing Pain over the wall for a steal, as the right mid Harpy camp is picked up quickly by Geb. Sonic Boom is getting charged up in the back. Searing Pain connecting onto Freya and Ao Kuang. Blink forward by Kumbhakarna. Mighty on Epic Uppercut connecting onto Freya. She is dangerously low. Spirit Tempest sweeping out, missing everybody as Freya is chased down by Anher. Geb also getting caught up and killed as Apollo crosses the sky into the fight. However, he is now left alone in a 1v4 situation, getting caught out. Mighty Yawn and Groggy Strike both landing. He is locked down, the moves are down, and he will be picked off by an Impale from Anher into the wall, as SK Gaming will now be likely looking to pick up that Gold Fury, with only one member of SK Gaming still on the field. Lovely Birds does land onto Chunga, she's getting dangerously low. Something Moon Dance does come out just in time as an auto attack does delay the recall. This is quite cheeky of Chunga. A couple more hits. That kiss had landed, that could have been certain death for Chunga at that point. Gold Fury does go to SK Gaming, and it looks like Anher will be picking up mid lane tower left with just a sliver of health. One or two more hits would have done it, as they are looking for it now as the minion wave has advanced forward. Geb body blocking for all his worth. There it goes, however. Freya coming around from the side for a gank. Banish landing onto Ra, getting caught up by the tornadoes. He will fall on the back of that. Anher at this point just running for his life. Moonflower Dance is Chunga's heal. I did have this written down on my notes. Crescent Moon Dance being her 1, and Moonlit Waltz being her little spinny immunity dance on her 2. Good stuff that I will likely be looking up again at some point in the future. Anher getting a little cheeky, trying to tank that minion wave in addition to Apollo, getting brought down to half health because of it. And yeah, solo lane, still being solo lane. Every time I look over here, not a lot going on. Afro has actually kind of been putting Chunga in her place a little bit. Crescent Moon Strike, or Dance. I have to look at my notes again. Crescent Moon Dance does land before the kiss stun, but we will, looks like Chunga's actually trying to head back to base at this point. Where's the little rabbit? Not sure, he might be floating around here somewhere. Kind of look for him. Where is he? Where's the little guy? I don't know. There he is. I think we found him. Yeah, there he goes. Run, bunny, run. Unfortunately, we cannot follow them as a fight is breaking out in the jungle while I'm distracted by a damn rabbit. Let's see what happened here with that. We'll pretend we didn't miss that over a rabbit. Got distracted. Forgive me over that. I really should be able to follow that damn bunny, though. Go ahead and... On the downside, I missed that. On the bright side... Teamfight UI. Banish landing onto Ra, Aegis, or Beads rather, does end it early. As he is caught up in tornadoes, Aegis not quite doing the trick as Valkyrie's Discretion comes out to finish him off. And 2v2 still going forward in the jungle. Waxing Moon hitting Freya and Ao Kuang as Mercury is looking to beat the crap out of Freya. Geb blinking across the wall, looking for the knock-up, Shockwave. Apollo is now here as well, looking for Chunga, however she will be escaping off to the side. 2 for 1 in favor of I-5. As they now turn their attention to the mid lane, where the Desert Fury comes out of Anher, locking them up on the path to the jungle. Sorry, the Shifting Sands comes out from Anher, locking them up in the jungle. I am not having good luck with the abilities today. And it looks... What are I-5 up to? Just looking for those Harpy camps, or perhaps just recalling to base for the moment. Anher is looking for that left lane tower, pushing the minion wave forward to do some minion damage onto the tower before Apollo can rotate around and deal with them. Taking a quick look at the gold lead. The gold in the back of the Gold Fury did shoot up in favor of SK Gaming. I-5, however, have once again evened it out. Now only a 400 gold lead in favor of SK Gaming. Item-wise, not really much of a lead on any individual player's part, as minions for I-5 are doing more work onto that right lane tower. So, let's see if any odd items coming out. Freya is rushing for, and has completed Hasten Fatalis. That will allow her to stick to someone when needed, as Banish does land onto Chunga. with the help, little help from minions, and the Waxing Moon coming out to stun up Freya as she attempts to escape with her life. Valkyrie Discretion is popped. Aegis is out and is waiting for the last hit, not able to connect, firing it off just a second too early. Chunga will escape with a slight bit of health as Mercury is charging up Sonic Boom, perhaps thinking about going in. However, choosing not to, as a couple of members from I-5 are spotted out in the jungle. Over in the left lane, Kumba and Anhar were looking to put some damage onto the tower. However, the wave clear from Apollo is enough to keep them out of range. Looks like Chunga has elected to just heal herself up. She is currently getting zoned out by Aphrodite. The back off on top of the kiss will put her down once again to very low health. And she's looking for another kiss here. It does land. There are the birds and the knock. I'm having so many problems with the ability saves. The fight is breaking out in the left lane. Apollo does come down onto Anhar for the kill. We'll just epic uppercut him up in the air. This commentary is horrible. I apologize for that. With Anhar down, they are still looking to press this fight. The Spirit Tapper sweeps across, hitting up two members of SK Gaming. Across the skies, does pick off Anhar. Mercury looking to Sonic Boom away, does hit Anhar's Shifting Sands pillar. Over in the right lane, Aphrodite does finish off Chunga finally, as four members of I-5 are hunting for anyone they can find, as they are now looking for Gold Fury, which unfortunately for them is not up just yet. Banish does catch Ra out, getting dangerously low. The shockwave from Geb does come across and finish him off. Kumba using his Mighty Yawn to escape safely. Divine Light. I was doing so much better with abilities last time. Now Mercury is up at full health. Does not have Sonic Boom available. Just going to do some make you look. He's looking for the steal here. Hand of Gods 3 is up on Geb. No one else in position to contest. This will likely not be a steal, however, he could possibly be looking to pick up a kill here. Gold Fury is secured by I-5, and they will be going off to do their own things here. Ao Kuang returning to base. Everyone else goes and cleans up the jungle. So in the back of that, gold has once again swung well in favor of I-5, now up by approximately 2,100 gold. 2,200 gold. I was close. Math is hard after all. As it looks like SK Gaming will answer off the back of that with a tower, as Kumba is moving forward to tank it up. Anhar coming forward to finishing it off at his own leisure. Looked like they weren't sure what exactly to do there. Anhar's like, oh, yeah, I don't know if we want to take this tower yet, guys. Should we leave it up? No, let's take it after all. Right lane tower, however, for SK Gaming is down to a sliver of health as well. So the option of taking that for I-5 is there whenever they want to take it. Mid-Harpy camps are about to respawn, will be picked up nicely and easily by SK Gaming. Over in the right lane, Chunga and Freya facing off. Freya not coming out of that fight with a whole lot of health as she's looking to get away safely here, choosing not to lazy back in lane. With Aphrodite back in lane, however, heal coming off of Lovely Birds as well as some magical lifesteal. They will be healing themselves up nicely, as they are both now rotating their way around the map. SK Gaming actually, I was going to say, has no vision in the right lane, but they do in fact have a ward sitting on the back of the Fire Giant Pit. Kumbhakarna is banished, however, that is not the person you want to be jumping on. Sleepy is up and active, so he will not be taken down easily, and there were members in the area to fight back. Chunga does recall, looks like she actually, looked like for a second she was about to get caught out. Recall did finish safely, however. Oh, Battle of the Century coming out. The supports are beating the crap out of each other, and we will not be seeing much else going on here. So it looks like Mercury is getting zoned away, charging up Sonic Boom in case he needs to use that to escape. Little kiss for the fat man as he thinks about following up. Nothing going to be coming of this. I-5 retreating back to their side of the jungle. Taking a quick look around at what is going on with items. It looks like Kumbhakarna has gone with Shoes of Focus for the extra cooldown reduction as opposed to the Midas Boots for the gold flow and gold generation. that will pay off in team fights. However, he may find himself down on gold as the game progresses. He is currently behind by about 600 gold compared to Geb, who does have the gold per second from the Midas boots. Other than that, looks like fairly typical item builds out of all the players. Aphrodite actually kind of building a bit on the tanky side. As the items move around slightly. I'm even trying to make sure I'm reading the right thing, as it looks like a fight might be... No fight breaking out. Aphrodite going for the Chronos Pendant. Shoes of Focus for cooldown reduction, actually building into a defensive item at this point. Will help out against, well, pretty much everyone. It also looks like we have a shield of some sort coming out of Mercury. I believe that will eventually be built into an Ankylo. However, there it is. Occasionally I know what items build into. Ankylo is built off for Mercury. We'll be getting a little cooldown reduction and magical protection for him as he is able to build those stacks up. Otherwise, not a lot going on anywhere. Both hunters are using the same build, as the bunny is going to be heading back to base to shop for Chang'e. And kind of just want to take a look here. Level 16 on Chang'e to level 18 Aphrodite. Chang'e, with her passive, is able to stay in lane pretty much forever. However, a lot of zoning out coming off of Aphrodite, depriving her of experience as the game has gone on. So she is down on both gold and experience at this point. There's more aggression coming out in the right lane. Mana buff for Chang'e will be up shortly, enabling her to stay in lane even longer. Kiss does land, and knockback lands as well. However, while Mighty Birds is ticking away, it will not be enough to bring her low at this point. I think I said Mighty Birds. Lovely birds, not the Mighty Birds, the Mighty Yawn and Lovely Birds. Banish lands onto Kumba. However, he is Kumba, and he will be getting away here quite easily. He's Kumba. Very hard to kill, very annoying. You want to kill that guy because he's so damn annoying, but you just can't because he is Kumba. The fat man is not easy to take down. That is for sure. Right lane, more harassment coming out back and forth from both sides. Looks like Chang'e will be going back to base here. Heal up, get ready for that mana buff to respawn. Over in mid lane, both teams kind of hanging around waiting for something to happen. However, neither team wants anything to happen. It looks like Geb possibly looking for rotation onto the left lane. Nothing gonna be happening. Gold Fury is up. It looks like I5 might be looking for it. However, Kumba has rotated over to check things out, make sure everything's still okay. Not the scoreboard. There it is. Gold sitting at about a 2,000 gold lead for I5. Sonic Boom once again getting charged up. No penalty for charging it. At least he's not spamming the clapping sound. Kumba not pleased with the positioning of that pillar, evidently. Trying to knock it down with his belly. Not going to work, however. As we do have a very big standoff occurring here over this Gold Fury. Neither team really wanting to leave at this point. Groggy Strike connecting onto Freya as she is impaled back into the wall. Will beads out of it, however. Sonic Boom going forth. Valkyrie's discretion actually used to avoid the Sonic Boom. She did not get a single attack out of that. Chang'e rotation round does pick her off. Freya will be dropped now 4v5 in favor of SK Gaming as they turn their attention onto the Gold Fury. Apollo has split pushed that wave onto SK Gaming's tower. At some point, the right lane tower for SK Gaming did get taken down, but 4 or 5-man Cataclysm coming out from Geb as Spirit Tempest sweeps across the entire field. A couple members getting extremely low. Kumba knocked into his passive as Sonic Boom comes out. Geb getting dangerously low. There's the special delivery connecting. Apollo picks off Kumba Karna for the kill. Geb also getting dropped in the background by Mercury. SK Gaming is now turning their attention onto Apollo and Aphrodite, who are still running Media Look, not quite connecting. It looks like the remaining 2 members of I5 will be escaping with their lives. I don't believe, actually, Ao Kwang ended up dying, so a 2-for-1 fight with the Gold Fury going to SK Gaming. will swing the gold lead back to almost even, as I am not looking at what is going on. The trading going back and forth does end up picking off Ra. I apologize for missing these fights. That is just terrible, terrible, terrible. Moonflower Dance, mid lane, not enough to keep up those minions against the Alquang Tornadoes. 4 members of I-5 bearing down on that mid lane tower will once again, however, swing the gold back in I-5's favor, back to about a 2,000 gold lead. 1,500 gold lead, math is still hard. So 2 towers down for each team at this point in the game. Gold almost even, experience close enough to even, about 1,000 experience lead in favor of SK Gaming. Couple good plays coming out so far. That posturing around the Gold Fury ended up being a very bad fight for I-5. They were just not able to follow up on the back of it. Kumba just getting in there and putting everyone to sleep. That Geb did pull off a beautiful Cataclysm, however, once he was in the middle of that, he was just focused down. The rest of his team was kind of around this corner wall here, not able to follow up on it immediately. Freya also getting picked off early resulted in not a lot of damage coming out of I-5 on that team fight. Her Valkyrie discretion was completely wasted. She did use it preemptively to avoid the sonic boom from Mercury. However, Mercury did not use it and ended up saving it for later on in the fight.
Your left tower is under attack.
So, well-played fight by SK Gaming. Brought that gold lead back towards even for them, as minions are doing some work on that right lane tower of I-5. Not enough, however, to take it down, as 3 members were there to respond and secure the lane. See Kumba roaming around looking for those right lane harpies, however, they are already gone, unfortunately for him.
The keys bear down upon you.
So Fire Giant now on the minds of both teams as the ward battle does commence by Fire Giant. As I messed around with the camera, trying to figure out why my mouse was not working, apparently in first-person view, or third-person over-the-shoulder view. I have to hold Alt to move the mouse. Good stuff to know. Learning is always a good thing. A couple members of I-5 are hovering around in the jungle. Their presence is being spotted out by some wards. No surprises anywhere for anyone, or at least they should not be. Shanghai is rotating around the bottom. Fight breaks out here. Would be a 4-on-4. Apollo across the map would be able to get there quickly and assist if he needed to. However, neither team actually choosing to go after each other. So we see Lovely Birds coming out to clean up that wave very quickly. It looks like I-5 is actually having a little trouble as far as what to do. They've been hovering around the map objectives a few times so far this game. Gold Fury earlier, they had a couple people hovering around, as well as now for Fire Giant. They are just kind of hovering around as a Banish does catch out Kumbhakarna. Mighty Yawn coming out and a throwback to escape safely. As Aphrodite is looking to put some aggression forward onto Ra, who does use Searing Light to get away for the moment. Kumba looking for the Groggy Strike to connect onto anyone. However, another Banish does come out, putting him up in the air. Geb does get caught up by the Blink Shockwave from Geb as Waxing Moon catches out 3 members of I-5. Searing Pain not connecting for any significant damage, however. Only connecting onto Geb, who I want to say did something to avoid that. Might have been the Aphrodite ultimate. I believe that is what it was. Mercury looking for the Sonic Boom forward. Does see the people around the corner. Gives them a quick major look to just check and confirm things. Sonic Boom getting charged up once again. However, there it is once again. We're looking for something. There it goes forward onto Alquang. Epic uppercut hitting onto Freya, who does get impaled back onto the wall. Spirit Tempest coming over and just narrowly missing everyone. on her does manage to clean up Freya. Searing Pain connecting onto Apollo and Geb. As SK is now looking to forward discretion. Blink forward from Geb, landing a cataclysm on the 4 members of SK Gaming. Apollo getting caught off to the side. Nice shield keeping him alive for the moment. Chang'e getting quite low as she is attempting to heal up the other members of her team. Ra as well throwing down a celestial beam to heal up as they dive forward, grabbing a special delivery onto Geb, who does attempt to get out of it. However, it is too little too late as he falls. And SK Gaming turns her attention onto that tower. Mid lane tower has dropped from I5 as SK Gaming is, I'd like to say, what they were looking to do. However, I am not sure myself. It looks like they might be turning their attention towards Gold Fury. I5 at this point, however, does have 4 members up at full health. If they rotate over in time, they could contest this. However, Gold Fury will be dropping quite quickly, and it looks like it may be down before they're in range to contest it. Gold Fury does go to SK Gaming for what is essentially free. Taking a look on the back of the gold has once again gone back in favor of SK Gaming, up now 1.6k gold, as well as a 5,000 experience lead. Some of that, however, might not be real experience, as a number of SK Gaming's members are at level 20 at this point. I5 has rotated over to the right side of jungle, looking for Fire Giant. Sonic Boom is coming in, not quite landing on anyone. Fire Giant is now down to 25% health. I5 has killed Fire Giant. Mercury does get picked off. Apollo has rotated in as well, dropping down onto Chang'e. A couple more hits can finish her off as the fight is getting spread out across the area. Kumba getting caught out between a number of members of I5. So Aphrodite and Mercury both falling 1 for 1 so far, as I5 is looking to continue this fight forward. Kumba getting serenaded by Apollo. They are looking for the kill on her, dropping very rapidly as SK Gaming. Kumba trying to escape with his life, does get knocked down to his passive and will be dropped extremely quickly. Searing Pain coming out, clipping Apollo. However, he will be life-stealing that back up. Or was that Freya? Where did Freya come from? She just died in the back, trying to sneak around for an easy kill. However, not quite enough to pick anyone off, and dies herself for it. Looks like Apollo did want to go for that tower. However, the 2 members with their healing would be able to continue holding out there quite safely. So 2 members of I5, or excuse me, 2 members of SK Gaming were picked off in that chase. Freya did get dropped, however. So 3 members of I5 remaining with their Fire Giant belt. We'll see how that pans out as the game progresses onward beyond that. I5, I suspect, will be looking for that left lane outer tower to finish it off. It is down below half health. If Apollo does not finish it off himself shortly, Mercury is rotating around. This could be a little bit of trouble. Choosing not to go on the back of that, Apollo will just go ahead and escape across the skies safely. See as he heads down to middle lane for some farm before probably going back to base to shop up. See if I can find the correct screen, which I did. He is sitting on 2,000 gold, and he will be finishing off his Deathbringer at this point. So that will be a bit of an advantage come the next team fight. Just taking a look at everything else going on item-wise. No one quite at 5 items just yet. A number of people are getting quite close. Anything worth noting? Not particularly. Geb has picked up Pestilence for the healing reduction aura, which will be helpful in team fights. Chang'e has also picked it up. That is a little interesting. She was looking for that to reduce the healing by Aphrodite in the lane. Aphrodite, however, still had the upper hand throughout the game, so it did not really pay off very much for her. Possibly going for more cooldown reduction would have helped a bit. Middle lane, the hunters are boxing it out. Probably not going to be seeing much happening off of that. I5 at this point does have about 2 minutes left on their Fire Giant buff. kind of playing it slow at this point. They are looking for this right lane outer tower. Sonic Boom is getting charged up. Mercury looking for the initiation. Mage there once again, the Sonic Boom getting charged up. It will happen repeatedly as he tries to control the range of it. Obviously not wanting to shoot way too far past and being out in the middle of nowhere where he cannot do anything. Sonic Boom getting charged up once again. Shockwave, it looks like I-5 has elected to just pull the trigger and go forward onto this. Aphrodite ult does come out. Made you look, hitting a number of people. Apollo is up in the air looking for an opportunity to come down onto someone. Kumba getting caught up. Epic uppercut onto Aphrodite. As the fight is getting quite messy as Chunga does pick off Aphrodite off the back of that epic uppercut. I-5, or SK Gaming at this point, hovering up in the Celestial Beam, healing up about a third of their health for multiple members. They are now on the offensive, hunting down the members of I-5 as they try to make their retreat. Banish does land onto Kumba. Freya will be safe for the moment as throwback connects onto Apollo. He is now running from two members of SK Gaming. He could be in trouble here as they are diving the tower after him. The moves come out just in time to dodge out that Mighty Yawn. Searing Pain does catch him in the back, and with Mercury closing around from the other side, Anhur does pick up the kill. However, he likely would have been dead there regardless as he was surrounded.
Your team has destroyed a right enemy tower.
So I-5, their Fire Giant buff now having worn out, they are on the back foot, down two members. SK Gaming looking to take out a number of objectives at this point in time. Fire Giant is about to come back up. They will be looking to go fight this out as they still have a one-person advantage. Aphrodite not quite back in position to help contest this at this point in time. Ultimates are getting dumped onto Fire Giant, and it is dropped in about 6 seconds flat as they are now looking to turn their attention onto Geb, who is running for dear life. Mighty Yawn does catch him out. Epic uppercut onto the support. He will be getting taken out here quite quickly as a good Cataclysm Shockwave does land. However, he is just completely and utterly locked down and will be killed off here. SK Gaming, number of members low on mana, will likely be looking for some camps and objectives across the map. May go for that Gold Fury, they want to keep I-5 down at this point. They only have a narrow 3,000 gold lead as they are in fact rotating over to take Gold Fury. No Hand of the Gods 3 available for I-5. At best, they could hope to pick off a member of SK Gaming. However, they are not even thinking about trying at this point in time. See, what can I-5 do at this point to get themselves back into this game? SK Gaming, on the back of these team fights, has been coming out ahead. I think one of the biggest issues I-5 has had is they are just positioning themselves around objectives, but they have not been willing to go in for the objectives until it is too late. I-5 has had, SK Gaming has had time to set up and position themselves to counter-engage. As we saw in that last tower fight, by the time I-5 decided that they wanted to go in, SK Gaming was just able to respond instantly and turn that back around. They turned that into a couple of kills and a Fire Giant. The fight before that, SK Gaming with I-5 positioning themselves around the Fire Giant pit. I-5 just stood around waiting too long, and eventually a fight did break out and it went in favor of SK Gaming. I-5 had previously managed to pick up a Fire Giant on the back of the Gold Fury fight, however it had at that point been too little too late, losing a couple members. They were not able to make any real good use of that Fire Giant buff. Anhur in the mid lane looking to take out the middle Phoenix, and it does, however he is getting locked up as the rest of SK Gaming has arrived to defend. Ao Kuang is just exploded. Freya up in the air, Valkyrie's Discretion raining down on SK Gaming. It will not be enough, however. She is off to the side as two more members of I-5 are taken out, and they turn their attention onto the Titan. Two members of SK I-5 are still up as Freya is caught up in epic uppercut. It looks like this will be the game on the back of this fight as the Titan has been killed off. Freya dropping at the last second for an extra kill onto the stat list for Ra. 38 minutes, 5 seconds. The victory going to SK Gaming. 18 kills to 13 kills. I5 showed quite a bit of good positioning and decision-making throughout the game. However, they were just not willing to actually commit and go in on a fight. Sitting around at a Gold Fury, at a Fire Giant outside the enemy tower to a lesser extent, sitting around near Gold Fury and Fire Giant while you have two members sitting there at Gold Fury. Everyone but Kumakarno that game was getting experience elsewhere, and it was just keeping SK Gaming in the lead where they needed it, except for Aphrodite. And SK Gaming, when the fights finally did break out, they were just catching out people. That one fight where Valkyrie's discretion was used up by Freya, trying to escape from Sonic Boom, and just Sonic Boom was never actually used, losing that there. So I5 just wasn't really willing to pull the trigger, a little bit of indecision as far as what to do around the objectives. I think perhaps what they either force the issue at Gold Fury when you show up at Gold Fury, or leave it alone until the enemy team starts trying to start Gold Fury, or turn your attention onto the enemy support who's dancing around on the opposite side. Force him back away from it, then start the objective, or just force rotations from other members of the team as it appears you're aggressing onto their support and he'll need help. So overall, a pretty entertaining game. I apologize for the lack of ability names. I thought I was doing pretty well in those, apparently not so much. This is the 6th game I've cast, so cut me a little slack. I'm trying to learn, trying to get a little better here. Trying to improve as I go, however, it will still be quite a ways before things get good overall. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please leave any kind of constructive criticisms and comments below in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and have a great day.